Hello, this is the Provoked Prawn, and I'm here with the prawn costume and a nice cold beer, because it's that time of year again where I'm reviewing or reacting to the YouTube comments that I've been getting lately, and let me tell you, there's some real doozies in here. The first one is from Andy Bishop, who said, video editing is not your strong side. Now, I reacted to this one, and I did actually get provoked. My wife told me off for replying to him and said I shouldn't have bothered, and I shouldn't rise to these people, but I did say, thanks, Andy. Being a nice human being isn't yours. Even if you're right, I make a full living from YouTube and do this for a job, so joke's on you. That was perhaps a bit of a petty response, and it's worth noting this was on my ASMR channel, which I don't put as much effort into. But, you know, I'm not saying that my video editing skills are amazing, but I am doing this full time, and I am doing what I love, and it is my living, so I'm pretty happy with how I'm doing. Yes, it could always be improved. Yes, my color grading isn't amazing. There are lots of other things I could do to improve it, but perhaps Andy wants a load of memes or aggressive transitions from his videos. I'm not sure. Whatever the case, he can do one. I had the funny one from Kareem here, who, when I started reading it initially, I thought it was spam, but stick with me because it's quite a good one. Provoked Prawn, thank you for such a thorough build video. We're an independent computer research group with engineers from all over the world stationed in a digital compound on the African coast, and we appreciate your PC building content. We enjoy having a diet that consists mainly of fish, but now we consume calamari, squid, oysters, mussels, and scallops, and we stopped eating prawns in your honour. Now that one made me chortle. Very amusing. This one's from my gaming channel. Wow, the Provoked Prawn taught me how to wire my PC and now teaches me how to use a grenade launcher in Stalker 2. That's right, if you enjoy my voice or my tips, you'll find that I'm also doing tips and tricks videos for gaming on the Provoked Prawn Pews, which is a separate channel. Go and subscribe to it because it's only got a few thousand subscribers, and any extra support would be gratefully appreciated. On this video, which I did, which is about making your fans less loud, because if you've got them installed incorrectly and not set up in the BIOS properly, they might be running at full speed constantly. This person said, lol, thanks for nothing. I put PWM mode on and it makes my fans even faster, you clown. This is another one that got me reacting. Sounds like you've got issues and not just with your personality, I said in response. Chances are his system's probably overheating because he's installed his CPU cooler wrong, but I didn't want to help someone that was being rude, so I didn't reply something sensible. Thrasher99 says, I'm sorry, but your voice is really annoying. You sound inhumane, like I treat dogs badly, or I'm mean to cats or something, perhaps. I don't know what that sounds like, but this one talks about basically how life is now. Thanks for the video. ChatGPT says that games like DayZ, Scum, PUBG, competed games, there is no better sound than the Maxwell. That's right, this person went to a review video or a versus video comparing two headsets and told me that ChatGPT says that Maxwell is the best because AI has been able to test headphones for itself and see what they're like and work out what its favourite ones are. This is insane because we now live in an era where people will just go to ChatGPT for anything and everything and believe everything that it says. And I'm seeing more and more of this, and it's crazy. I'm not bothered about necessarily the downfall of reviewers because I think people will always seek for a human opinion, and the fact that he's watched a video after getting this info from ChatGPT, maybe they're sanity checking it, but it is crazy how people will put reliance on this sort of thing, especially when, you know, AI can't test devices for you. Cannot stand your mic settings. This is tech, not ASMR. To which I said, it's my channel. It's whatever I want it to be. Now, let me tell you, I don't intentionally make my videos ASMR, despite what some people might think. I'm not trying to over-accentuate my voice or do anything special with it. I'm just mostly talking and telling you about what's what in the video, so it's pretty crazy to make this sort of statement, but also to go to someone's YouTube channel, watch their video, and tell them they've got to do it a particular way is ridiculous. Phew! What a disgusting voice. Please block Russia so that your disgusting voice is not heard in reviews and our country does not hear your disgusting voice. Okay, well, Russia's not the best place at the moment anyway, so I hope you know that none of your videos have helped me and only confuses me more. You suck. I hate everything about your channel, and you're the only channel that pops up for all these things, and your videos are no help. This is very rude. Some feedback on what is actually not helping would have been useful, because then I could have changed it if indeed I wasn't being much help. Because I could have always tweaked things to improve my videos in future so they're more helpful. But it is nice to know that I'm appearing for a lot of different searches. And maybe there's a reason for that, because I'm actually helping other people, and some other people have found the videos helpful. They definitely have. I do get a lot of people thanking me for the videos and how they've helped. Occasionally there will be issues, misunderstandings, or perhaps I did miss something, or I got something wrong even. I'm not perfect or infallible, but you know, I try my best to be as detailed and precise as possible when explaining things, so it's disappointing. This person's confused constantly. Mr. Rhodes says, stop with the gay voice and get to the point. We're already mad about PC not working. We don't need showmanship. And this one entertained me because they've spelt showmanship as two separate words, so it just makes me think of a boat full of fancy people sort of doing little dances and stuff like that. Bleeping awesome man, I'll shag you, top man. I'd rather that you just liked and subscribed than tried to do that. Thank you very much. This guy, Luigi LLM, says, this guy is an idiot. And that's on a build guide for the Corsair 3500X ARGB case. That's a long video with a lot of depth in it. I'm not sure what's idiotic about it, but this guy doesn't like it. Billy. I don't know how you say that. 1 second in and your voice made me want to be sick. That's a new record for creepy dudes on YouTube. Congrats on living alone for the rest of your life. Well, I'm married and have been for quite some time, and I have 2 kids, a dog and 2 cats. So I'm definitely not alone, and I don't think your best wishes are going to make that happen either. Bro, your voice is so bad. Yes, a lot of these are going to be about my voice, because apparently it has a very Marmite effect that you've probably experienced yourself. Did you record the audio through a Pringles can? To which I said, yes. Are you listening through a plastic cup? The fact the audio is recorded with a Shure SM7B, or in this case, the SM7DB, and a Rode Streamer X and SteelSeries sonar for excellent noise cancellation to eliminate background noise. Now, that video is a bit older, but I'm pretty sure I was still using the SM7B at that point, so it's very much not a Pringles can. However, people do watch on different devices, so perhaps they're a TV with rubbish speakers, a phone with terrible quality, or rubbish cheap in-ears, who knows. Constructive feedback is always welcome. Stuff like this isn't very helpful. Describe what your hand is doing. Don't talk about the entire PC industry. Now, this is an interesting one, again, because this is on a build guide for how to build the H9 Elite from NZXT and to install F120 Duo fans. And again, if you've ever watched one of my build guides, you'll know I go into a lot of detail on all the things that I'm doing with my hands and where I'm plugging things in and everything, because that's the whole point, explaining to you how to do it so you can find it really easy. So what on earth this person's talking about, saying don't talk about the entire PC industry, I've no clue. Can't understand a word you're saying. Get a better mic, editing, or speak clearer, put subtitles, jahees. Now, I've had loads of people complain that I talk too slowly. Some say that I mumble, and apparently I need a better microphone. So there's no pleasing everybody. I'm aware that maybe some foreign language speakers who don't speak English might struggle with this. There is now auto-dubbing, though, from YouTube with AI auto-dubbing into other languages. So you can actually watch my videos in Spanish and other things like that, which is pretty nuts. I don't know how they sound because I don't speak those languages myself to be able to check it out. But I don't know whether they're right or understandable. But subtitles definitely are on there. They're automated. You can just turn on closed captions. So Seth is stupid. Who else is sick of paid and biased reviews, says this person. Now, this was interesting because it was on a Corsair USB hub. It's a USB hub that you can plug 4 internal USB devices into and then plug into your PC and power it. I said in response to this that I bought it myself several times, so I bought several of them, used them for different builds. Corsair hasn't sponsored me for it, and at that point nobody had ever sponsored me for any video. I just found it useful and thought others might too. It was actually an honest thing. I thought, this is really handy. I've used this in several builds. I'm going to talk about it and why you probably want to buy it and show you what it does. But apparently that makes me paid shill for Corsair now, which is interesting. Your video quality is super high and super informative, but your voice is too buttery and makes me puke for some reason. I guess turn on closed captions and just mute me? This came shortly after the debacle with NZXT getting called out for its practices around PC subscriptions, where you can subscribe to a PC from them, and there was various different things about it. I read up on it and watched videos on it, but it didn't really impact me because I don't promote the renting of PCs. It's all about building with me. And so I was doing a setup and wiring guide for a cooler, and then I got called out for it. Promoting NZXT must be slow or something. Well, to be honest, people are still going to be buying the products, and members of the public are still going to buy NZXT products, whether there's some sort of thing going on or not, and it's going to go on into the future. So it was stupid. Maybe I could have not done it, left the review and the setup guide for a little while later until the heat died down, but I thought it was just ridiculous and didn't think it really impacted products that you were buying, because it was only about subscriptions to NZXT's things rather than their actual products. So it was just silly. A grown man dressed like a clown for likes at the end of the video. Do you have any shame? First of all, how many clowns have you seen dressed like prawns without any sort of makeup on? Secondly, this outfit is actually to show that I don't take myself too seriously, and that's where the whole name came from. Now, originally I did buy the outfit, and there's actually 3 of them in the house, to use for streaming purposes, because I had a plan to do streaming as a gamer as well as running the main channel. And since then, I basically decided it isn't worth the effort because I'm not entertaining enough. I don't feel like I can entertain an audience for long enough while also gaming and having fun with my friends, and various other reasons. So this prawn costume only really comes out for special occasions now. You'll see it at the end screen of the video, which, by the way, I probably need to really do on most videos, and for things like this where I'm reacting to stuff or other special events. But I've had people say this sort of stuff where they think I'm an idiot for wearing it, and other people say it was funny and it made them subscribe. So it's Marmite, much like my voice. People will either love it or hate it. Thanks for the 3.5mm drive installation tutorial where you showed absolutely nothing. Cheers. And I said, you're welcome. Chances are I probably did show how to install a 3.5-inch hard drive in a case, because I do that a lot. And then I got asked why I do it. And people say, why do you even do that? Nobody uses platter hard drives anymore. And then there's people like this that do, but apparently don't appreciate the demo. So you can't please everybody. In fact, you can't please a lot of people. Are you a fake bot? You talk bleep like an info paper, lol. I've no idea what an info paper is, but I'm definitely not a fake bot, whatever that is either. Take a few helium breaths, please. The voice. You want me to sound squeakier? That one's a weird one. Your voice makes me wish I was deaf, said Sean Smith 4123. And I said, your words make me wish I have no hands. This is on Prawn News episode where this person said the idea you're saving the planet because how much electricity you use is absurd virtue signaling by socialist scum of the earth. It's not a feature, it's a bug. Each generation gets dumber and more indoctrinated, not progress. I'm guessing not a fan of solar power, wind power, and anything that does better for the environment. Nox420 says, bro japping like he thinks you can buy things with money. Honestly, I really don't understand this one. People can buy things with money, can't they? And what is japping? Unless he meant yapping, which I've also been accused of a few times. I do yap quite a bit. Guy a dumbass. Vote Trump. Resume the wall. Bro, dude, come on. What? Why do you care about electric garbage computers so much? They all make non-heat producing optical photonic light wave CPUs and GPUs that are 1,000 times faster than the consumer electronic CPUs and GPUs in the public market today. They don't want to give the public the fastest tech overnight because they'll lose billions in future sell schemes. The entire computer and gaming industry is a scam run by mafia criminals. Don't fall victim to the hype. All your computer tech and gear is trash. Okay, well that is unhinged. Advance AU says the persistent leave a like shtick is definitely the most distracting element of this video and by far the most egregious example of this practice. I have an interest in this motherboard, but any inquiries for it shall be answered by far less desperate YouTube channel. I understand this video is over a year old, but please cut it out. It's the calling card of a creator whose confidence in their work is non-existent and whose videos will not generate natural engagement for their usefulness. So this is related to the little banners that you see at the bottom of the screen, which are probably every few minutes, and there's only like 4 of them throughout the entirety of a video. Even if I make a 50-minute long video, I still only use those 4, which is the intro card, and then like and subscribe, and then like join the Discord, and follow me on Twitch, that sort of thing. And apparently that is egregious. Now, you will have noticed, quite probably, that I never ask people to subscribe, or at least not until you see the end screen of the video. I don't jure it with my voice during the video, and I just don't ask for it most of the time. And that goes against the grain of a lot of things, where a lot of YouTubers will ask for it within the first 30 seconds before they've even told you what they're doing or shown you anything of interest, which I always found obnoxious. But it's pretty funny that this person thinks I'm aggressively doing it when basically it's only that little bit at the bottom of the screen, and I don't do it with my voice at all, and it's just there. And I've never had anyone else say the same thing, so I'm not going to change it. And it's just a little hint at reminding you to subscribe. Whether it actually works or not, I can't say, but I like it as a little element to it. And perhaps it's a bit old hat, maybe, but whatever. Tell me if you think I should change it. And if enough people say so in the comments, then maybe I'll consider it. Skateboard2488 says, cut to the fucking chase. Jesus God, you lame, boring artard with annoying voice. We want to know how to fix issue, not everything around it, you fucking moron. No commas, bad spelling, no full stops, no punctuation of any sort, and I'm the moron. And there was plenty of different things in that video on how to fix problems. I was trying to cover as much as possible to be as useful as possible, but some people are just full of rage. Sorry, dude, got depressed after watching this video and your very boring voice, ended up not buying this system at all. I wasn't really trying to sell the system. I was just showing what was interesting about it. And this is Corsair's IQ Link setup and various different things about it. But apparently I bored this person. Joke's on them. I'm not really doing marketing, at least not directly. I'm not making adverts. The Timster 007 says, listen to you on the background lowers my heart rate and makes me question my sexuality. People who complain about this probably have the same issue as me, but are trying to cope. I like the Timster. He gets it, right? It's fine if you feel feelings about anything in this life. We all have feelings, and if you find my voice arousing, that's perfectly fine, okay? Just keep in mind that I'm married. Can I move all my computer desk stuff and my rig and stuff to your place, and then we can just build and tinker together and maybe just be nerdy, says Mark. I'm afraid there isn't enough room. I've barely got enough room for all the gear in here at the moment that I'm trying to record. Great tutorial. Corsair should just share this video with customers. If only. If only I could convince Corsair to put my videos on their website. That would be nice. Very bad video, says this person whose name is unpronounceable. Thanks for the constructive feedback once again. Did you voice act for a game called Autopsy Simulator? I did not. I've been told that I should do audiobooks and voice acting and other things like that. I'm not very good at doing accents or putting on voices, so I think I'd probably struggle with that. If you want me to read you bedtime stories, though, I was thinking about setting up an OnlyFans. Let me know if you'd like that. Just Prawn reading you stories so you can go to sleep or whatever you're into. Maybe some sort of kinky books or something. You sound like Geralt of Rivia. I'll take that as a compliment, dear sir. The Witcher is a great series. The voice impression is weird and pathetic. I know who you are. Which is what? And that's Andy. I don't know Andy. And it's intimidating. Bro, do you have throat cancer? Why talk like someone who has been chain smoking non-stop for 40 years? God damn. Well, I'm in my 40s, but I haven't been smoking. I don't smoke, and I haven't done. Definitely not chain smoking. Asking someone if they've got throat cancer, though. Some people do not know how to act, do they? Wow, fantastic video, man. Honestly thought you have millions of subscribers. You should. Thank you so much. If only everybody who watched felt like that. I get 1.3 million views a month at the moment, but I've only got 161,000 subscribers. As my daughter pointed out, that is not a good subscription rate. Literally sick of seeing your page every time I look something up PC related. You're no help and your voice is annoying. Now, I don't know if this is the same guy from earlier. Let's just check. It isn't. Can you believe it? It isn't the same guy. It's a completely different person. So more than one person has said that they don't find my videos helpful. Literally sick of seeing your page every time I look something up PC related. You're no help and your voice is annoying. Says John Doe, who isn't even brave enough to use his real name on the internet. This is, as I said, bad, because it's unfortunate that that is the case if I am actually not helping people, because that is one of the things I'd like to do. It's one of the reasons why I produce so many guides and tips and tricks videos and setup guides and wiring guides and all sorts of other things. So hearing that I'm no help is upsetting. Hearing that my voice is annoying, well, that's your problem, because I'm not doing anything about that. I can't. This is how I sound. This is just my voice. I'm sorry you don't like it. Don't watch my videos. Why do you keep watching them and then complaining? Very strange thing to do. Or if you are going to watch, at least just watch to the end and then leave or something. I don't know. It's so nice to find another YouTuber who thinks we're all stupid. Now, this is from Martin Parks, who I actually had to ban from my channel because he's left another few comments repeatedly and was just obnoxiously rude about things. And this was on a wiring guide for a power supply unit, which I realise would be patronising to some people. But if you don't need to know how to wire a power supply unit, why are you watching the video? It's literally titled like that. Why would you click on it if you already know how to do it? If you do know how to do it and you do click on that, then you'll probably think that I do think you're stupid, and I can understand that, but I really do not think that's the case. No one wants to subscribe to you. You're as ugly as shit, and I could literally puke while watching your video. I do not think I'm good looking, so that's fine, I guess. Your voice gets me a boner. This is a terrible video, says Baz6. Again, this is on a build guide. I said, thanks for the constructive feedback. Yeah, like I can want a plethora of lights on my case. ROG is full of woke, dumb bleeps who can't even do their job properly. Who includes cords with no marking or labelling to figure out which one it is? I'm happy as bleep to say I'm avoiding this disaster of a bleep company. I'm doing some rubbish bleeps, though. I could actually just use my bleep button, couldn't I? But this guy is very angry about the wiring and setup of Asus motherboards, apparently, like it's all crazy. Horrible video, too long for no reason. This is actually perhaps fair. Not necessarily about that video, but maybe every video. I think I've mentioned this before in previous videos like this with the reactions, but it's a very hard sort of thing to balance being very thorough and detailed and in-depth as much as possible with obviously the short attention spans of people and also people knowing stuff already. So a lot of people already know a lot of things, and I don't want to patronize those people, but I also do want to help new builders who don't know very much. So it's hard to have that sort of middle ground of being short enough and not patronizing enough to work for experienced builders, but also long enough and detailed enough to work for beginners. So saying it's a horrible video that's too long is probably fair if you're already savvy enough. It's not fair if you've got no patience. That's your own problem. But otherwise, you know, it's fair in a way. So I understand it. Voice like donkey. Does he mean donkey from Shrek? I really hate your voice. This guy says, don't all fans drive you mad? I built a PC that has 0 moving parts. It's a joy to have no fan noise. Have you now? I'd like to see that. Oh my God, what is this voiceover? Made me find a different vid. I want a keyboard, not a sex toy. Okay. Man, blow your nose or do surgery. Fix your voice. It's irritating. There's a lot of these, as you can see. It's a regular thing of abuse, just basically telling me I've got awful voice. You are pretty useless. This solves nothing and doesn't even address the problem. I literally can't fix everybody's problems. There's so many different problems that you might have. It's very hard. Are you jerking off to your own voice while speaking? It feels wrong to listen to you. Other than that, good review of my favourite mic, though. such a weird to insult and then compliment. Thanks, Steve. You're a strange one. Good God, you have a voice like honey. I could listen to you all day. Lol, great video too. There's very conflicting information out there about whether I'm good or bad. Your voice is really annoying. Can you not use that filter again? I don't actually use any filters or apply anything like that. So as you can see, there's lots of silliness out there at the moment and very random comments from a lot of very random people. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down below and I'll do some more of these in the near future. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Thanks for watching.